This fragrance, first off, is incredible. When I think about this fragrance, I feel like it takes traditional perfumery and elevates it in a way that's modern yet timeless. It's old and new. It's a fresh take on an old concept. I don't want to talk about notes and composition from a technical sense. I want to just say how this fragrance makes me feel. Currently in my collection, this ties as my #1 favorite fragrance for office. But it's so much more than that, because if there was one scent in my collection, which now is around 200-300 bottles with about 500 scents in total just in this office, this is the one scent that if my skin had a natural odor, I would want to wake up every morning and smell like this. What inspired me to this concept, though, before I even met this fragrance, was a fragrance from Dior called Eau Sauvage. And when I first smelled it, I was blown away at just the simplicity and beauty of the green blast. The nature and the outdoors, I think, is something fundamental to us as human beings. And I know that when I grew up, even though I didn't live near a green forest, I always remember things that would tie me to nature, specifically green nature in the form of pine and cedar and Christmas trees and papyrus and things like that. I remember this smell distinctly being something that always uplifted me, breathed life into me, and almost was a sense of peace and at-homeness. And this scent has captured that for me. It brings back memories of camping, hiking, Christmas, and just the freshness and simplicity that most great bar soaps and body washes kind of stick to in a McDonald's fashion, even to this day. Back to Dior's Eau Sauvage. I was really captivated by that scent, but there were two things in it that really turned me off. #1 was the performance. As soon as I sprayed that fragrance, you get this beautiful top opening green blast. It's refreshing, it's invigorating, it's photoreal, it's airy, it's crisp. It's where you get the term fresh from. It embodies freshness. And the earthy element is just the epitome of that in the form of this green blast. But that was the first thing that stuck out to me, is that feeling didn't last long. The second thing to Eau Sauvage that was not good was the oldness of it, the conventionalness of it, the pre-2000s-ness of it. It felt like a scent that a banker or a bank teller would wear, or kind of like your old school gentleman. It just had a kind of old alpine feel to it. It didn't resonate with my age. It had no youthfulness to it. It had no airiness to it. It was just dense green blast and then gone. There's nuances to that fragrance, but they're not worth the chat for today. I want to talk about this. This is Lalique's Lin Sumi. I've always heard of this fragrance, never pulled the trigger on it because I didn't know enough about it to desire it, but I had seen so many other people desire this fragrance. And I purchased it, was on a waiting list. A month went by, I still didn't receive the fragrance. I asked for a refund and found it on another seller site and got it within a week. And I was just blown away at the anticipation of getting this fragrance. But when I got it, I remember smelling it for the first time. And it gave me that instant connection to Eau Sauvage, this green blast, for lack of better words. I think of things like alpine and papyrus and, you know, the green trees that you used to put in the car after you get a car wash and you get your car cleaned. The outdoors, the freshness of going out in a slightly cold forest and just smelling this slightly sweet, zesty, lush, vibrant green, but real earthiness. You know, today when we think green with fragrances, we think apple. You know, synthetic green apple, candied apple, maybe a photo real apple or a fresh apple, but nonetheless an apple, not green. And I find that it's really hard today to find green scents that are timeless, that can both feel like they capture the best of the past and give it an airiness and a freshness, and though pungent, a lightness that makes it feel timeless. And this fragrance has done that for me. It has all this nuance to the green, but it's green focused. It's natural, it's fresh, it's earthy, but not earthy like soil, earthy like green. It is the best office scent. When I'm in an office, I want to feel classy. I want to feel fresh. I don't want to be offensive. I want people to interact with me, and I want to have a small enough scent bubble to where if you're in my vicinity, you will pick it up. If you're having a conversation with me, you will notice a difference in the atmosphere. But when you leave, you're longing for that experience. I also want a scent that I can smell and that I can participate with, and that makes me feel a certain way about my work, about my day, about my mood. This scent is uplifting, it's grounding, it's invigorating, it's extremely fresh and clean, and yet it has so much personality to the green. It is so reminiscent. If I was to simplify it, I would say it's new Eau Sauvage. It's reawakened and Eau Sauvage made timeless. The innovations to this scent is simple. It is a little bit lighter than Eau Sauvage. It still has a lush greenness, but that greenness now has air running through it. It has a little more personality to it. You feel like you get, you know, the stem, the leaf, maybe some oils or sap. There's a sapness to this where it has like a earthy green sap to it. There's a wetness to it, almost like rainwater falling on green leaves. It is a simple idea highlighted in a complex way. Moderate performance, which is so perfect for a scent like this. You know, typically with fresh scents, again with Eau Sauvage, the performance was lackluster. The presentation dies off pretty quickly. The fragrance falls apart very quickly. But this holds strong. The opening and the feeling and the vibe that comes with this fragrance lasts for hours. It's not a monstrous fragrance, nor should it be, but just a character piece. I find it hard these days to find timeless greens, as I've said before. Best office scent, extremely signature, extremely timeless. You can't put it in the conversation of a fougere to me because it's beyond that. It's modern, it's new, it's innovative, though simplistic. Again, complexity in the simple is a great way to characterize this fragrance. But outside of work, a upscale, classy, timeless gentleman scent if it grounds you and it uplifts you and it's invigorating, that's how I feel the energy is transferred to people that interact with you. They get the freshness, they get the cleanliness, they get the grounding of the earth, they get the green and the highlighting of the green beauty, the forest green, the classic green that you might find in a Lever 2000 soap or an Irish Spring or something like that, but elevated in the form of luxury. I'm blown away at how a scent that runs somewhere between $30 and $50 can just pass the test for niche feeling perfumery. And when I say niche in this conversation, I don't mean complexity or dollar amount or a company that has limited bottles or a company that doesn't make other products, which Lalique, I believe, makes plenty of other products, so I think they'd be classified as a designer. But when I say niche in this conversation, I'm saying it feels expensive. It feels luxurious in the clean side of perfumery and in the earthy side of perfumery. Sometimes earthy can go too far, where it escapes beauty and perfumery. This does not do that. I love catching wafts of this fragrance in my day-to-day, and I would honestly call it an upscale, casual, classy, fresh, green scent. I think it's one of the best office scents for men, but I also think you should wear it every day, any season, any reason. It's uplifting, it's calming, it's grounding, it's vibrant, it has personality, it'll speak to you, and this is just a hidden gem to me. Lalique Lin Sumi, every time it comes out, it sells out fast. And so if you can find this fragrance, turn your notifications on, and when it comes out, you have about a week to snatch it up or it will be gone. If it was up to me, I'd buy 5 bottles of this, I'd hand them out, but I don't even count performance when I wear this fragrance. At one point I did, and then I gave up. It's just beautiful. If I have to spray it again, I'd love to. It's a joy every time I spray this fragrance. Carry it with me, decant it, whatever you need to do. Put your nose on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, but I just have plenty of amazing memories with this fragrance so far, in the workplace, in my car, running errands, walking around, being around the house, and just feeling a sense of, it's one thing to smell great out of a shower, but again, if I could have a natural skin scent, this smells like you are butt naked in a forest all the days of your life, and you just have the most lush greenery and sap and tree bark and greenery just rubbing up alongside of you and creating a natural outdoor scent that walks with you. Sillage is good enough. The sillage is enough for me and anyone who's around me. The projection, the same. The longevity, moderate, but I think moderate is a well done in any book for a fresh fragrance. This would be a scent that I could pass down generations to generations, and it will just provide the same experience I had with somebody else without feeling like they're going too far back in history. Does water ever get old? Does water ever feel old? No. Water is timeless. We all love a crisp, refreshing glass of water. And similarly, this fragrance is a breath of fresh air, a glass of clean, crisp, cold water. It is just absolutely timeless. I can't say enough about this fragrance. Lalique Lin Sumi. Get your nose on it.